Hello everyone. So we'll see the next set of problems where the concentration is on the length of the string and not on the string itself. So sometimes it is necessary for us to accept strings of certain length. So therefore we are now dealing with a set of problems where the concentration is on the string length. So for these problems also we are going to find out the different reminders. The transitions are obtained by the relation where I is the source state, A is any input symbol, and we are going to get the destination state by evaluating I plus 1 mod k. Next, we look at several problems here and check how to use this relation in order to solve the problem. So first we have DFA to accept even number of A's. So once we have this problem statement, it is easy for us to write the language. So the L is nothing but W such that the length of the W when divided by 2 should be equal to 0. So only then we may say that the string length is even. So we have found out this one. Next step is to find the reminders. So the reminders when we divide any number by 2 are 0 and 1. Next is to find out the transitions of this DFA. So therefore we may write this as I, or we may call this as, instead of R I am going to write it as I. So I is nothing but 0 and 1. So 0 and 1 are nothing but the states of the DFA. The reminders are nothing but the states of the DFA. So we have to find out the transitions on all the input symbols. So in this case we are interested only in the input symbol A because the DFA has to just accept even number of A's. Next, here we are going to write A. We are going to use the relation delta of Qi comma A is equal to Q of I plus 1 mod k. So once we write this, Qi is nothing but we are finding out the transition from Q naught on input symbol, that is nothing but A, is equal to Q of, we need the destination, so therefore I plus 1. So I is 0. So 1 mod k. So this is nothing but 1 mod 2. So 1 mod 2 is nothing but 1. So therefore we are moving to Q1. Next, delta of Q1 comma A is equal to 1 plus 1 mod k, that is nothing but 2 mod 2. It's going to be 0. So we are going to write here it as 0. So the logic behind doing this is, so first of all we are there at some state Q naught, that means there are already even number of A's. So that remainder is 0. So when you are there at some even number, you are adding a single A. So therefore it always 1 plus the even number is going to lead to a odd number. So therefore the destination also has become 1. Here Q1, so 1 states that it should be the odd number. The length of the string has to be a odd number. When you are there at a state where you have already scanned odd number of A's, you are adding one more A, that is 1 A transition. So that means odd number plus 1 is going to make it as even number. So that even number when we divide it by 2 is going to result in a 0. That is why we are moving to Q naught. So wherever the condition of this string length mod some number comes into picture, this is how we have to imagine the transitions. That is the logic behind framing the transitions. So we will write the diagram now. So we have Q naught one state and Q1 as another state, 0 reminder, 1 reminder. So Q naught on A is going to Q1 and Q1 on A we are going to Q naught. Next we have to find out the final state for this DFA. So we are interested in something mod 2 is equal to 0. Therefore Q naught is going to become the final state. So let us see if it is accepting proper strings here. So we have A and A. So 4 A's are there and then we will take up another string with 3 A's. So it has to accept the first one and it has to reject the second one. So starting at Q naught, first A, second A, third A, fourth A. So you are accepting the 4 A's. Next we have 3 A's. So 1, 2 and 3. So you are there at Q1, which is a non-final state, and it is rejecting the string which has got 3 A's. So we will go ahead and see the next problem here. We will read the problem statement. Obtain a DFA. So obtain a DFA to accept L is equal to W that belongs to A comma B. So we have to be careful here. There are both the symbols A and B. Every A region in W is of even length. So now, even though there are symbols A as well as B, there is no constraint on the number of B's that has to appear, but there is a constraint on the number of A's. So in case A's are appearing, they have to be in even numbers only. So therefore, we have already formulated the diagram which has got even number of A's. So this can be included directly into the problem. So we have Q naught, we have Q1 and A and A. So this is the final state. So now we are making sure that there are even lengths of A's. Now we have to frame the transitions on B for both Q naught as well as Q1. So we will see how we can frame the transition of B on Q naught. So the string has no constraint that it should not start with a B. So therefore, the start state itself can have or start with any number of B's. After that, it will be again followed by A's. If they are followed by A's, to be accepted, there has to be even number of A's. Next, we will go to Q1. So from Q1, we are supposed to again formulate the transition on B. So for this transition on B, we are going to put a outgoing arrow on B. So what happens now? So you are accepting any number of B's in the start state. After that, you have accepted only one A, and then there may be another B. So this leads to a string which has got odd number of A's in between the B's. So before the appearance of any B, A is appearing as a odd number. So this is going to always result in a invalid string. So therefore, there is no possibility at all to give the B transition from Q1. So therefore, this transition from B can be defined to go to some state Q2, which we call it as a trap state. So in case after a single A has appeared, any number of B's appears, so then take it to this trap state and stay there, and there is no way to accept that kind of a string. So this is how we formulate the solution for this problem. So next, we will go to the next problem statement. Obtain the DFA to accept strings of A's and B's having even number of symbols. So now you can see here that the string is made up of something that is nothing but A's and B's. So therefore, we can write it as sigma is equal to A comma B. So we are interested in both the symbols A's and B's, but the constraint also says that there is no individual constraints on the number of A's or on the number of B's. They just gave a general constraint that any number of symbols can be there, anything can be there in the string, but all of them have to be even in number. So therefore, even number of symbols is always going to lead to even length string. Therefore, this can also be written as a language as W, such that W belongs to A comma B. Also, this length of W mod 2 is going to be 0. So both the constraints are true for this problem. So we will see how to frame the transition for this diagram. When we have mod 2, we know that I value is nothing but 0 and 1. So definitely there are only two states in this DFA. Next, we have to define the digits which it is made up of. So A or B. So the reason of writing A or B is nothing but from the transition on 0, either A can be there or B can be there, or on 1 again either A can be there or B can be there. There is no constraint on in what order they are appearing. So, therefore, we can write this. Next, we will define the transitions using the relation that we have seen in the previous problem. So, first we are finding out delta of Q naught on A or B. In both the case, it is going to Q1. Next, delta of Q1 on A comma B is going to Q naught. So, this is how we have framed it. The reason why we have 1 here is nothing but this is treated as an I. So, I plus 1 mod 2. So, 1 mod 2 has become 1 here, and next we have 1 already here. So, therefore, 1 plus 1 mod 2, that is nothing but 2 mod 2 has become 0 here. So, we will draw the diagram for the same. So, first we have Q naught, and then we have Q1. So, here Q naught to Q1 can be either on A or on B. So, therefore, we write A comma B. Next, from Q1 back to Q naught we have A comma B, and we are interested in mod 2 is equal to 0, therefore, Q naught will become the final state. Now, once we have written this, we are going to check whether the proper strings are accepted by this DFA. So, we will take up an example. So, W is equal to A B B A. So, there are even number of symbols. So, there are 4 symbols in the DFA, and we have not defined any order of appearance of any of those symbols. So, the second is B B B B, the third one is A. All of them are valid strings. So, likewise A B A, we will take another invalid string and check what happens in each of these cases. We will see the first case, A B B A. So, A B B A, so accepted. Next we have B B B B, B B B and fourth B accepted, A and A accepted, A B A, you are there at Q1. So, therefore, it is a non-final state, and therefore, this is rejected by the DFA. So, that is what we were looking for, acceptance of all the strings that belong to the language and rejecting all the strings that do not belong to the language. So, next problem statement is L is equal to W belongs to 0 comma 1, where W has odd parity. So, once we look at the strings with odd parity, that means the number of ones in that string has to be a odd. So, therefore, we can write this as W such that the number of ones in W, mod 2 is equal to 1. So, this is how we write the definition for the problem statement. So, next we are going to find out the transitions. So, the transitions again from the state 0 and from state 1, because they are the reminders, we are going to have sigma which is equal to 0 and 1. So, the constraint is only on the occurrences of ones and the number of ones in the string. So, next we have to write the transitions. So, instead of repeating the transitions here, from the previous examples, we have seen that we have mod 2 problem is already designed. So, therefore, we may write the solution like this. But now, the decision on the final state changes here, because we are interested in the number of ones in W mod 2 is equal to 1. So, therefore, the remainder has to be a 1, that is nothing but all the odd numbers divided by 2 is going to result in a 1. So, therefore, now Q1 is going to become the final state. So, here we shall verify that there are odd number of ones. So, 1, 2, 3, so 3 is accepted, 4 is rejected, 5 is accepted, 6 rejected, 7th one accepted. So, you can see that all the odd numbers of ones are getting accepted at Q1. So, what about the number of zeros? So, there is no constraint at all on the number of zeros. So, therefore, from Q0 we may put a transition, that is a loop on 0, and also on Q1 we can define the transition of 0. So, irrespective of the number of zeros, the number of ones should always be odd in that string. So, for example, we have 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So, we will take up both the strings and check if it is accepted. So, first we have 0 here, next we have 1, then 2, second 1, third 1 and 0. So, here staying in the final state, and therefore, this string is accepted. Next we have 1 0 1 0 1. So, 1 0 1 0 1, 1 0 1 0 1. So, you have gone to the final state. So, we will see another example 0 1 1 0. So, we saw that both of these were accepted. We will check the third one 0 1 1 0. So, this is 0 1 1 0. So, you are there at Q0, which is a non-final state, and therefore, this string is rejected by the DFA. Next, we will look at the next problem. So, now we are interested in the number of A's in W. So, we are no more considering the length of the string, rather we are considering the number of symbols inside the string. So, n number of A's in W mod 3 should be equal to 0. So, then the number of A's have to be 0, 3, 6, 9 and so on, which are nothing but the multiples of 3. So, we have another convention of writing the same. So, you have to write the function, the string function, that is number of A's in W. So, either of the conventions may be used to represent the number of symbols in a particular string. So, once we know that it is a mod 3, we are going to formulate the reminders, which are nothing but 0, 1 and 2. So, we are now going to find out the transitions of 0, 1 and 2 for modulo 3. So, now we will frame the different transitions of this DFA. So, the I value are nothing but 0, 1 and 2. Next, the input symbol that we are looking at is A. We are going to use the relation of delta of Qi comma some input symbol is equal to Q of I plus 1 mod 3. So, K in this case is 3, therefore, directly I have written it as mod 3. So, now delta of Qi, so nothing but Q naught comma A is equal to Q naught on A. So, therefore, this is I plus 1 mod 3. So, 0 plus 1 mod 3, 1 mod 3 is going to be Q1. Similarly, delta of Q1 on A is going to be 1 plus 1, that is 2 mod 3 is Q2, and also delta of Q2 on A is nothing but 2 plus 1, that is 3 mod 3, that is nothing but Q naught. So, once we have framed this, we can write the DFA. So, this is nothing but Q naught. Next, we will have on A, it goes to Q1. So, from Q1 on A, we are going to Q2, and from Q2, we are going back to Q naught on A. So, we have to frame the final state of this DFA. We have to frame the final state of the DFA. So, since we are interested in mod 3 is equal to 0, then Q naught will become the final state. Next, we know that the input symbol is not just A and B, rather we have to note that the input symbol is not just A, but we also have a B. So, why did not we consider B for the transitions? Because the constraint is given only on the number of A's and not on the number of B's. Therefore, we were interested in the A transitions first to make sure that the number of A's is always a multiple of 3, and now we can go ahead and design the transitions for B from each of the state. So, when we pick up B's, we do not have any constraint on the order or on the pattern or on the starting or ending. So, there is no constraint on the appearance of B's in the string. Therefore, it is easy for us to define the transitions. So, on Q naught it can have any number of B's, again on Q1 it can have any number of B's, and at Q2 we have any number of B's. So, irrespective of the number of B's, the A's will always remain as the multiples of 3 in the string. So, we may take up any string, a valid string that belongs to this language, and also verify whether it is accepted by the DFA, like we have done for the rest of the problems already. Also, the same problem can also be given as the number of W mod 3 should not be equal to 0. So, if it is not equal to 0, it can either be 1 or 2, because the only possible reminders are 0, 1 and 2. So, in that case, except Q naught, Q1 and Q2 will become the final states. The question might also be like, number of A's in W mod 3 is equal to 2. So, in that case, Q2 is going to become the final state, Q naught and Q1 will become the non-final states. So, depending upon the problem statement, we will have to agree upon what is the different accepting states of this DFA. Thank you. Now, we will have a look at the next problem. So, we will revisit the problems that we have seen earlier. So, we have dealt with the length of the string. So, we are going to accept a length. So, we are going to accept the strings of a particular length, but this time we are going to combine two criteria with a relational operator. So, as we can see in the problem here, obtain a DFA to accept string W satisfying the following condition. So, there is a condition given here where the length of the string when you divide it by 3 has to be greater than or equal to the length of the W mod 2. So, when it is divided by 3, it has to be greater than dividing it by 2. So, the length of the string has to satisfy this criteria. So, we will see how to go about this problem. Also, in this problem they have given that the string is made up of only A's. So, the input symbol for this is just A. So, here first we have to divide both the conditions. So, W mod 3 and W mod 2. So, we already know how to write the diagrams for both of them. So, this is A, this is Q1, this is Q naught, this is Q2. So, we will call this as machine M1 that accepts any length of the string when divided by 3 should be equal to 0. Next, we will write another machine where it accepts only even length strings. So, A, this is Q1, Q naught. So, this is the machine M2 where it is going to accept strings which has got even number of lines. For simplicity purpose, name the states as 0, 1, 2. Here also we will have 0 and 1. So, we know the concept of why they are numbered as 0 and 1. Now, we are interested in the combination of both the two. Therefore, the states of the new DFA is going to be the states of M1 cross product of the states of M2. So, we will have the set of the states here. So, 0, 0, this picked up from M1 and this picked up from M2, comma 0, 1, this and this. So, likewise frame the cross products in order to find out the states for the new DFA. So, 0, 0, 0, 1, next we have 1, 0, then 1, 1, then we will have 2, 0 and then we will have 2, 1. So, this set is nothing but the states of the DFA. So, once we have the states of the DFA, now the job is to find out the transitions from each one of these on the input symbol. So, we will draw the transition table. So, first we are interested in the state which is a Q. We are interested in the input symbol, that is from nothing but sigma, and we are interested in the state of machine 1 and machine 2. So, in order to be very specific here, in case we have delta of P comma Q, where P is nothing but 0, the state 0, and Q is nothing but the state 0 again here in this case. Then from M1 we pick up delta of P comma A, and from M2 we are going to pick up delta of Q comma A. So, we are going to split these two, P and Q. So, P transition on the input symbol is picked up from M1 and Q's transition on A is picked up from M2. So, this is the procedure that we are going to follow. So, first we have 0, 0. So, 0, 0 on A. So, we have the numbers here. So, we have 0 on A going to 1 and we have 0 on A again going to 1. So, the destination state is nothing but 1, 1. Next we take 1, 1 here and we will find out from A. So, 1 on A here is going to 2 and 1 on A is going to 0 from M2. So, 0. So, therefore, the destination state is 2, 0. So, pick up that 2, 0 which is the new state which we have formed for the DFA. From that state we are going to find out the transition on A. So, 0. So, 2 is going to 0 and 0 here is going to 1. So, it is 0, 1. Next pick up that 0, 1 and frame the transitions. So, 0, 1 on A is going to 0 on A is going to 1 and 1 on A is going to 0. So, therefore, it is 1, 0. Pick up this 1, 0 on A. So, 1 is going to 2 and 0 is going to 1. So, this is 2, 1. Next we have 2, 1 on A. So, 2 is going to 0 and 1 is going to again 0. So, therefore, we have 0, 0. There is no need again to transfer this 0, 0 in order to find out the transition, because we have already done that. So, you will end up in some initial state from which we had started, and at that point we stop finding out the rest of the transitions. So, once we have found out the transitions, we can write the diagram, that is nothing but the transition diagram. So, first we will write Q naught. So, for us now the Q naught is nothing but 0, 0. Next, from 0, 0 on A we are going to 1, 1. From 1, 1 on A we are going to 2, 0. From 2, 0 on A we are going to 0, 1. Next, from 0, 1 we are going to 1, 0. Next, on the same A, from 1 comma 0 we are going to 2 comma 1. From 2 comma 1 we are going to 0 comma 0. So, from 2 comma 1 we already have 0 comma 0. So, put a transition to 0 comma 0. So, here on A we are reaching 0 comma 0. So, this is the end of the transition diagram. Now, the job is to find out what is the final state of this DFA. So, we have the condition of greater than or equal to here. So, therefore, this is a position where we are dealing with the reminders when divided by 3, and this is the position we are dealing with when the number is divided by the 2. So, therefore, we have the criteria that the first number has to be greater than or equal to the second number. So, the first one greater than second one can be found in 0 comma 0 where it is satisfying the equal condition, 1 comma 1 where it is satisfying the equal condition, 2 comma 0 where it is satisfying the greater condition where 2 is greater than 0. 0 comma 1 does not satisfy the condition, therefore, we just leave it as it is, and 1 comma 0 is again satisfying the first one greater than the second one, and 2 comma 1 is also satisfying the first one greater than the second one. So, this is how we are going to find out and identify the different accepting states or the final states of the DFA. So, in order to verify whether the diagram is correct or not, we will pick up a string. Suppose the string length is 5. So, we will take up the string length as 5. So, in that case 5 mod 3 and 5 mod 2. These are the two things that we are interested in, and we will check whether it satisfies the condition of greater than or equal to. So, 5 mod 3 is 2 and 5 mod 2 is 1. So, it does satisfy the criteria of 2 greater than or equal to 1. So, therefore, W is equal to the length of W is equal to 5 is a valid string because it is satisfying the condition of 2 greater than or equal to 1 when it is 5 mod 3 and when it is 5 mod 2. So, therefore, we will pick up the same string where W is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A's, and we will see whether the DFA accepts it. So, now we have first A, second A, third, fourth and fifth. So, you are landing up in the final state. Also note here that the reminders when divided by 3 is 2 and the remainder when you divide the same number by 2 is 1. So, that is nothing but the same reminders that we have got here. So, every length when divided by 3 should be remainder 0, and every length when divided by 2 which gives the result as 1, all those strings are accepted at 2 comma 1. So, similarly, the string length can be 7 here. So, in that case 7 A's have to be accepted at 1 comma 1. Why? 7 mod 3 is 1 and also 7 mod 2 is 1. Therefore, 7 A's have to be accepted at 1 comma 1, and also this can be treated as a valid string for verification because it is satisfying the equal to condition here. So, we will see how the 7 A's are accepted: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, we are accepting at 1 comma 1. So, we have to also know the logic behind why we are giving these numbers here for states and what is the logic behind the reminders that appear when you divide the string length by 3 and 2. So, similarly, The same problem could also be asked as anything which is satisfies the less than or equal to condition or equal to condition or not equal to condition. So, there could also be possibility, but that the same question is asked with less than or equal to condition, equal to condition or not equal to condition. In all the three cases, the procedure for solving the problem remains the same. The transition diagram is also the same except for the identification of the final states. Whenever it is less than equal to, so we will see what are the things that satisfy the condition of less than equal to. So, equal to, less than, that is it. So, only 3 states can become the final states. Next we have the condition of equal to. So, this will be the final state because both are equal. This will be the final state because both are equal. None of them will be the final states because none of those digits what we have written are both equal to each other. Next, we may also have a not equal to. So, when we have not equal to, this can be the final state, this can be the final state, this can be the final state and this can be the final state. These two will not become the final state. So, once we make these 4 as the final state, we can also make sure that the condition of not equal to between these two conditions is always satisfied. So, there are a possibility of the same problem to be given to satisfy different conditions. We have to follow the same procedure, only the decisions about the final states will always change. Thank you.